Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Kusogrand8, the Bad Video Game Tournament. Now, this has been a pretty rough week. I appreciate all the support, though. Unfortunately, I learned that my GDQ show is permanently canceled, but we have been talking about different ways that we could potentially do it here, and we are possibly going to be bringing some of that back to this channel. Specifically, we have some times where we have downtimes during Kusogrand8, where, especially towards the end of a round, where we only really need one or two groups to wrap up, and we may be doing some sort of exhibition style, one-off grudge duels. Oftentimes with games that GMs are like, I'm not sure if this would work for an actual match, but I still really like it. So that's something that is currently being cooked up a little bit, and I hope that we can do that. With that said, thank you, Peachy-chan, for resubscribing, and thank you again, Hungry Hippo Man, for all of those gift subs. I very much appreciate it. Yeah, and for those asking why it's canceled, something had to get canceled. I just ended up being the one. Actually, there might be some others. So if you do hear about others who do not have shows, make sure that you give them love. And Time Stalker, thank you for those gift subs. I really appreciate it. If you happen to be a showrunner as well who doesn't have a show after this, I would like to know. I'd like to talk, maybe think of some collabs or something else that we can do to help each other. Anyways, that is essentially what is going on. But with that said, we've got a really good crowd here, and I've got some opportunities with escape rooms. I'm going to be going to Dallas this next week for Texas Furry Fiesta, helping to run that, and there may be some more work in the future. I'll have to see. Anyways, Crappy, you gotta take us to the reveal. Come on. Don't worry about Homer. He's not gonna get ya. Run! Okay, Crappy got away. You know who isn't getting away? Our players. Because they got Jeff. Hey, Jeff, come and chat. I want to talk about your game. I want to go ahead and find out what torment the players are going to go through. It's always fun. It's always fun to see what happens. Jeff! Jeff! Where are you, Jeff? Jeff, I know you're around. Jeff. Jeff. Well, whatever. Until Jeff shows up, I'm going to go ahead and say, Kusogrand8, we're in our 8th year. The tournament does last for a long time, so anybody who joins, I greatly appreciate the time that you set to the side in order to play games for us. Even if you come in last, do not feel bad. I am so glad that you are here and have been willing to, risk it in front of other people. It honestly is really appreciated, and thank you so much, Prince, for resubscribing. Not the Prince, it's a different Prince, Prince Hordkin, which is a pretty good name too. Hey there, Jeff.
Hello.
Hey, we are always excited to see what kind of torment you are about to unleash. I never know if it's a game that I'm going to love or a game that I'm going to despise, but it's usually one of those two.
I think you will be surprised by it. I don't know that you will have the same feelings about it as the players.
Oh, perfect. Oh, good. You know my taste, so you're gearing up to say, oh, you might like it, Brosentia. Okay.
I think you will find it amusing.
Well, perfect. What do we have?
We have Clif Danger, a DOS game from 1996. Made by a German company, but the game is in English.
Okay, the game
more or less.
Sort
the
of. The
translation they did is not great.
That is fine. I'll go ahead and trust what we've got here. You know, translation's hard for anybody. Just welcome to the reality of the situation. Considering this is a DOS game, I'm gonna try to get this captured as best as possible. But yeah, there's a lot of it. I'll probably have to recapture. I'll just say that. Jeff, how have you been lately? Anything exciting?
No, nothing too exciting. I've just been hunting for some new Kusogrand8 material.
I love that. I tend to be somebody who gives out more of the classics when it comes to Kusogrand8, and I still like to occasionally find something that's never been on or that has been on like years ago, but we have not seen it in ages. It's just always fun for me to be on the hunt or keeping my eyes open for something new. And by something new, usually something old but new to me, you know?
Yeah, there's a lot of new to you material out there.
Yeah. Now, for those who are wondering, Polk Kitsune in the top left is actually one of our GMs, but Polk is going to be playing as a zombie. They do not count for the match. The other three players will be fighting for first, second, or third. Polk is here to keep us entertained and so that we get 4 people, you know? Might as well make one more person suffer. Hello there, Polk.
Prince! Cool soul!
Yeah, you summed up my thoughts pretty well there.
Sounds like a zombie.
Zombie? No, don't be a zombie. Don't eat my crap.
Okay, the caffeine's kicking in here. I'm fine. I'm here. Hi.
Yay!
Alright. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, we'll get into a little more specifics here, but since Polk is a zombie, we can get some live reactions from you as we get started. It looks like all the other players are ready. Are you as well, Polk?
Aye.
In that case, we're gonna do the countdown. Ow! What is that sound? Ow! Ooh. Is that normal?
For this, yes.
The really high pitch?
I'm not hearing that high pitch from my side. That's weird.
Okay, let me go ahead and we're going to try to change to one of the other players' audio real quick and see if that's equally as bad, because holy guacamole, that hurt. Okay.
Am I immune to this terrible sound? That's kind of scary.
Let's find out. Okay, I'm listening. We've got player 2 up. I'm not hearing the screech. Okay, so we might use player 2's audio for the sake of this match. I will have to recapture this, by the way, so just be aware, everybody, that things are going to change. That's just life when it comes to things that aren't NES. Let me go ahead and do the countdown. What would be good emotes to spam during countdown, Jeff?
This game has some good music, so any kind of jams.
Okay,
would
jams.
be appropriate. Any babies as well.
Okay, as soon as I see movement in the first stage, be welcome. Your first mission is to struggle. Yeah.
I mean,
So
not
I'll
wrong.
play on easy mode. But yes, your first mission is to struggle.
Through the jungle. And here we go. The timer has started, and my effort to recapture everything has as well. Keep your emote spam going, everybody. I would love to see all of your beautiful emotes. I don't know. There are a lot of emotes all around Twitch that people have been building up, and I want you to share the best that you've got. There are a lot of bad sounds in this game. I gotta be honest.
We have some game overs already.
Oh, really?
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, the game does not have any mercy invisibility on it. If you're in contact with something, you're melting.
What is this music?
Wind Riders frozen, or they're just hanging out on the menu?
As far as well, we can find out in just a second. I just need to get everything captured correctly, and then I can worry about that. However, feel free to... This game sounds very crispy, my gosh. Is this normal? Is this the way...
Yeah, it's a little crispy, and the reason for that, it works a little bit better in... It's an emulation thing, and it works a little bit better in DOSBox X, but DOSBox X has some issues with the speed of the game.
I love it. You know what? We need to get emulation up to the standard where we can play this without being traumatized.
Not sure if that will help.
Not sure. I'm turning the audio up so that you can all hear the crispiness that I get to live through. Yeah, and it looks like Wind Rider Shiva is having the joy of dealing with controls, which is something that we always have players try to sort out beforehand. And
they were given an opportunity to play around with the joystick settings and make sure everything works. So,
did I see what I thought I saw? Was that boobs, or was it just a hot lady?
Hot lady.
It's a hot lady, and then when you touch her, there's some little heart icons.
Okay.
Yep. That's about as spicy as it gets.
But yeah, it doesn't. Other than the heart icons on the scantily clad lady, that is as spicy as it gets. However, the developers decided that they liked that direction for the game. And after they did this, they renamed themselves Interactive Strip and came up with some more spicy titles.
Oh my.
Well, yeah, so apparently Wind Rider Shiva did test the controls beforehand and they worked, but for some reason, hey everybody, welcome to DOS. Occasionally there are issues that are going to happen and it's really difficult to know. I would say I generally trust that the players, you know, especially since she said that she tested and the controls worked. Welcome to games if needed, and if the referees decide, we can potentially give a little bonus time, but we will have to see exactly as it goes on. I hate this game already. Holy crap.
So, like, I like the music, and the level 1 music level 1 stage 1 music is, I think, the best in the game. If we get to stage 2, there's not really much music, and then stage 3 has good music again. So hopefully we won't get caught in stage 2 for too long.
I trust that you're right. Let me go ahead and swap some icons around on our layout as well.
So let me go ahead and talk a little bit about the gameplay. So this is as you can see, a 2D side scroller. It's made by a German company, and it has got some weird design choices. Up to jump being the least of those weird ones.
Oh no. Mm-hmm. I mean, up to jump for DOS, not too abnormal. It happened a lot.
Yeah. So there are a few issues with this. Starting with the scrolling isn't great. It's a little choppy, as you can see. And so what they did about this is they put in the menu an option to change the game speed, slow, medium, or fast. And the players are given the option of which speed they would prefer. So if they're finding the game difficult, they might want to turn the speed down, but it makes it a little bit choppier. So that was how they solved that. They came up with this idea of instant continues. I don't know why they call it that, but in the top you'll see that there are 2 bars. The top bar has a pink bar and then some hearts over it.
Okay.
The hearts are the number of continues that you have, but it's instant in the sense that once your life gets down to 0, it automatically uses one of those hearts to refill it. So it's more like an energy tank or something like that.
Yeah, I've seen a few games use that. Polk, I was worried that you got stuck in the terrain for a second there, but you didn't. Good job.
Would be the first time I've clipped into something.
Not gonna be the last either.
Yeah. I mean, the hitboxes are generally not too bad, but yeah, there's some wonkiness with that. You have 4 different weapons, and you start out with only the laser, and then you can pick them up, and then there are power-ups. So each weapon can be powered up 4 levels. You get a power-up on whichever weapon you have selected at the time that you collect the power-up. This is not really indicated in the manual, and for instructions I just gave the players the manual. So they may or may not figure that out, but for example, in level 1, you start out with the laser, and once you get to that first gate that you open, that's where you pick up the shotgun, and right after that you encounter a power-up. So if you want to power up your laser instead, you can select your laser immediately before you get the power-up. The power-up makes the laser thicker, and I guess it does more damage too, but it doesn't really look all that much more impressive with the power-ups.
Okay. Jeff, by the way, I saw a little bit of what you wrote about this company, and let me just say that it appears that after this game and after a while, this company took a very different angle when it came to video games. Yeah, am I allowed to read the name of the game that they made after they became Interactive Strip? You know what? Sure.
They made several games. I gave you one. There are some others on Moby Games if you feel those names are more appropriate.
I'm gonna read this out loud, okay, everybody. Please forgive me. And also,
you're the one whose sister and kids watch this stream, so I will leave it up to you.
Yeah, children, do not ask your parents what this game title means, okay? However, the game title that they developed under Interactive Strip, it's named Wet Attack. The Empire Comes Back. And yeah, that's it. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Right.
One thing that also, I mean, this is originally made in German, and then they released it with an English translation on the same CD. The translations aren't real great, as you can see by the intro text, "Be welcome." But I think that there is also a pun that doesn't come across in English. The name of the game is Clif Danger, and I think it's supposed to be a pun of cliffhanger.
Like Cliff Danger. Oh, okay.
But because of the different emphasis on syllables in English, or the different pronunciation of the G, it doesn't quite come across the same way. But funny thing, there's another company with the same name, New Generation, that made ZX Spectrum and other games, and they had a game called Cliffhanger.
How is this music so aggressively bad? Like, Okay, Axel Melzener made this music. Let me see what else you made, okay? Caveman Zach, I don't know what that is.
Caveman Zach is another game with similar racy aesthetics.
Ooh, okay.
Because that one actually sounded normal.
American Dream. There we go. There is a
right,
game
Sunfish
that doesn't sound too questionable. Level. Ooh, okay.
So you get passwords in this game, and there are different passwords for each of the different modes. Hopefully the players write the passwords down. They were told to do that. In other words, since they're playing on easy, they will get the set of passwords for easy mode. So that's how they remember what mode you were playing the game on.
Okay. Yeah, I gotcha. I do want to say that the guy who worked on the music here worked on other classics like Lula, the Sexy Empire. Airline 69 Return to Casablanca, as well as Airline 69 2 Crasser's Revenge. Apparently, people couldn't get enough of Airline 69, you know?
Yeah, the artist also has a very distinctive sort of cartoony style that's a little bit of a weird fit for this for the raciness, but did a lot of their other games as well. The programmer actually went on to make or to work on several Grand Theft Auto games. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say do not Google those if you do not want to see mature content, because yeah, even on Moby games, that is straight up. That's that's human nudity. Amazing. I didn't know they allowed that on Moby games. Oh my gosh.
Disclaimer: Kusogrand8 is not responsible for a save search.
Yeah, turn super safe search on if you really want. Yeah. Well, with that said, it's fine. It's a human body. I personally am fine, but also we try to stay family friendly-ish on Kusogrand8, so that's why I give you the warning. Blah, blah, blah.
So I'll also mention that again, the players were given the instruction manual, so they should know this. There is a map in the game, so you can see where you don't have to worry about blind faith jumps or whatever you call them. But they had a very interesting design choice, which is that you don't just pick up a map, you pick up map energy. And your map runs out of energy the longer you're looking at it. So it lasts about 5 to 10 seconds. And it doesn't stop gameplay. So it'll just be on your screen, you can glance at it and then turn it off.
Do.
I also made some weird choices with ammunition. When you start the game, your power-up level is 1, and so you have unlimited ammunition. When you get to power-up level 2 and higher, your ammunition becomes limited, but you start with 1,000, so that's not bad. When you pick up a power-up, it gives you 100 clips.
Okay.
Which is not necessarily a lot. So it's just such a weird decision. And this game, you actually do end up using a lot of ammunition because the levels are designed in such a way that you generally can't hit the enemies just by standing on a platform in front of them. you need to jump and hit them, or find a different platform to hit them from.
Polk!
And so you're wasting a lot of ammo.
Well, I do want to say thank you to the referees who are helping during this match. We have Shambling Jerry Harris, who is watching Polk, the zombie. Polk, did you bite Jerry?
Bite Jerry?
Yeah.
Is he, maybe? Does he still have a brain?
I think Jerry is also a zombie. You know, a zombie ref for an actual zombie player. I feel like there's a conspiracy going on here. No! Mola! Lost how many continues in about 1 second? Wind Rider Shiva as well. Holy crap.
Yeah, roughly one hit takes away half of your health bar.
Yeah. So the refs are Shambling Jerry Harris, Yugi Linkura, and Surf and Turf Salmon Buffalo. Actually, yeah, if you had Salmon and Buffalo, that makes sense. Finally, Garfield the Lightning helping as a backup GM here, or backup referee here. I greatly appreciate it. And right now, essentially, it looks like Polk, Milky Shake, and Mola are all pretty close to each other when it comes to progress here. They had the same number of women left to collect. Jeez, my gosh.
Yes,
that's
the metric. Yeah. And the G's also, for some reason, they count backwards, right? So it's the number of goals left. So the player who's doing the best either has the fewest number of G's, or it says exit once you've collected all the women. So
so it starts having the goals listed and it takes them away as you complete it?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Gotcha.
Yep.
That's fair. We've seen a lot of collectathons do that. Yes, this is a collectathon where the collectible item is a woman. That's right.
Great. Objectification, here we go.
I mean, we know this to the devs' other games. Come on, like, this is probably maybe the least objectifying of their games.
You know, I can't disagree on that one.
Wind Rider Shiva, though, it looks like she is making a really good push. Is this level 1 or 2?
That is level 1 still.
Okay, gotcha. I'm hard to telling, because the background looks like it got corrupted on her screen for some reason. I don't know if that's the game or DOSBox or if it's just, I don't know.
The answer may be yes.
Everything looks fine to me.
Well, the background was straight up black. So that was the main graphical issue that I was noticing. It didn't look like a jungle. But there we go. Wind Rider Shiva getting a game over, and hopefully this will fix the graphics. Welcome to video games on Kusogrand8. Holy cow. They're playing on
the
easy?
joystick doesn't work quite right. The graphics don't work quite right.
The
audio is a little
takes
crackly.
Forever to scroll one way or the other.
Yeah.
There's a score, and then under the score, I don't know what it is, but there's
score.
Oh, hi. I guess it does say hi. Yeah, look at Wind Rider Shiva's screen. It's black in the background, and
Oh yeah, that does seem to be a further stage. Yeah, that's not stage 1 at all. Dang.
yeah, the textures didn't load right.
Yeah. That it is stage 1, but without the right text, without the background. I don't think it'll affect the gameplay.
Yeah, and the speed looks significantly slower than some of the other players as well. Hey, welcome to DOS, everybody.
Well, that may be because so they're allowed to change the speed of the game.
Oh, okay. So that could be specifically choosing a lower speed to make the game a little less insta-death.
Yeah.
It does with the graphics.
It makes it a little easier to people, but Oh yeah. So, yes, that is normal behavior, Poke.
Yes. What?
There's a fog
Poke?
area where the game screen turns white.
This is stupid.
What?
If you think that's bad, they have a few other gimmicks like that later on.
I do think it's bad. I think it's very bad. Clif
I'm just
Danger.
wondering, did I enter Silent Hill?
Okay, but possibly the worst thing about this is that the character's wearing a onesie. And I need
Well,
to...
yeah, it's a baby.
Wait, you're a baby?
Yeah,
That's not the image
Wait,
that I
what?
meant to pull up. Okay. That's okay. Well,
aren't you?
I don't know. You're Clif Danger.
I mean, you're wearing
Why
a
are you
onesie and you have
going
that little
and, like, loving women?
What the?
Like,
Yeah, I think that's kind of the joke, right? Like,
oh my gosh, I can't do this. Okay, where's Untitled? There we go. Here's the image I meant. Look at this. Actually, yeah, the hair and the onesie check out. I hate this. I hate so
yeah,
much
so that's
about
the.
this, Jeff.
I think that's the manual that you're showing.
Yeah. This game is meant to be a jump and bang and run game. Well, you failed. I'm reading from the manual. The game is meant to be a jump and bang and run game. Okay, that's not a genre, but good try. New Generation Software warns that the acting figures are comic characters taking part in this game completely. That's not spelled correctly. Completely voluntarily, and are neither agonized, excessive, nor carried to the world beyond. Does that mean they die?
I mean, maybe?
Does
I
this
feel like
game
I'm dying.
have a Geneva Convention disclosure? I think
But
so, yeah.
It gets better. Keep reading.
Okay. I mean, considering there are other games, that kind of makes sense. In addition to this, all the guiding rules of the CTUVC, Comic Trade Union for Violence Used in Computer Games, are observed. Wait. Okay, this is how observed. Oh no, Mullah also got the fog. Yeah, I didn't actually know what this word meant until I read it out loud. Observed. Okay. Yeah. This game is not supposed to produce violence, but to shut off aggressions in a medium being harmless for other human beings. Oh, great. Now we've got a therapist in here. Thank you. In the case of any risks and side effects, your doctor doesn't know how to help either. What? For proving the game to be read.
From a manual.
In the case of any risks and side effects, your doctor doesn't know how to help either. For proofing the game to be read Maniac, we're now getting to the system's demands.
Yes, of course.
That is beautiful.
Okay, perfect. You want at least 33 megahertz speed. Good. Okay, so here's the story. I finally made it to the story after reading all of the warnings and possibly clarifying for the Geneva Convention, so that's good. Okay. Our hero, Clif Danger, is asked for help by the Amazon queen called Swihip. Don't laugh, Justin. I'm trying to read this. Okay. Because the Glocks... Greens. Shut up! I'm trying to read the manual. The Glock's green-skinned steel helmet wearers have, in progress Jeff says hi, Justin. In progress of expanding their training areas, annexed the planet Pleasure 6 offhand. The planet is named Pleasure 6. Okay. The oozily peaceful planet was expanded to a 24-step comprehensive training area through traps, gen-manipulated animal world, and vegetable kingdom.
Because sure.
I don't know what that means. I don't understand.
Looks like a mushroom kingdom with vegetables.
Well, Animal World and Vegetable Kingdom. The Amazones who tried to struggle against the terrifying intervention were put onto plugs that stand in the scenery.
Yeah, it's just like the Mario
You do
lore.
not put
If you ever
women
read
on
the manual
plugs,
for Super
that
Mario
is-
Brothers 1.
No, that's not allowed, okay? There's a reason this game is meant
we
for
sure?
adults. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Our hero, as always present when it's worth to prove his macho image, just refooled his spaceship quickly, sharpened his blaster. That's
Sharpened?
right, he sharpened his blaster and made his way off to Pleasure 6. And here we go.
This is when you think you can get a bigger headache. Oi.
He sharpened his blaster. And then we've got this freaking music, and I don't know what it means, but occasionally we get the whistle solo. Like, yeah, just
Oh,
listen.
we got it.
Whistle solo coming up, everybody. Here we go. Nope, not yet. Okay, soon. Okay. So the game consists of 6 worlds: the jungle, the temple, the rocks, the grotto, the swamps, and the Glocks outside Sentry Techno 3. Okay, each of these cuts got 4 stages. Okay, whistle solo, here it comes.
I feel like this was translated by a state-of-the-art 1996 AI translator.
Yeah, I believe that.
Each of these cuts got 4 stages. This is the most amazing manual I think I've ever read. Is this actually like what was in the manual, or is this...
This is the actual manual that shipped with the game. What I've provided you with is the English portion. There was also a German manual.
Okay. I mean,
Presumably it made a lot more sense in German.
I don't care. I love this. Milky Shake has a password. WGin5LL2. There you go, everybody.
All right, so we will now get different music, which is unfortunately not much music on level 2.
That it might be better then. I got Humpty Dump. Humpty Dump. Oh, we get crickets.
No,
Yeah,
beginning in Africa. Yeah.
Are you serious? It's just freaking
Yep.
crickets?
What have you been listening to the last few 10 minutes?
Who did the music for this? Everybody. I need... Axel Melzener did this beautiful music that... No, wait, actually, it might have been Helmut Thiercroft who did the music.
Yeah, Helmut did the music. The other person made the sound engine.
No, Helmut
which
did
I don't
the sound.
quite understand because it appears to be an Apogee sound engine, but they credit a person here with, I don't know, making the setup for it or something. It was confusing to me. But yeah, so level 2 has basically no music, and I think the reason for this is that this was a shareware game that was also sold commercially. They're playing the commercial version, but the shareware game only got you the first level. So I don't know if it's the first level or the first world, but they didn't think anybody was going to get very far. So the good music is in the first page.
Ow!
Also makes sense if you want to sell a game, just, make the first level as appetizing as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's what they thought was appetizing. When you get to level 3, though, you get a bit of a remix of the level 1 song, in case you didn't get enough of that.
Oh,
and
good.
it has some additional samples in it as well.
Okay, I hate the camera in this game. One thing, though, that I will say is that front-loading all of the good stuff in a game might work to sell this game But people remember. People remember the crimes that you committed by putting this out with all of the good stuff up front
Well, they would,
and crap later
but
on.
they immediately renamed the company.
Oh, see, that's smart, you know? It's hard to find that
Yeah, they
information
became
in the
Interactive Strip
90s.
right after this.
Like, even with the internet being available, it's going to be hard. Right after... Oh my gosh, this is like hot dog crime levels of stuff. Like, holy crap.
So I was able to find exactly one review of this game in a magazine called PC Joker, and the review is in German, but they gave it overall a 63%, which I think is a little unfair. They gave the sound only 66% and the graphics only 69%. I think the graphics are great. I think the sound's pretty good.
For a DOS game, yeah.
Okay, you might not be able to read this, but in the manual, to explain the HUD, it says, actually the display panel is a self-explaining, but just for you, here are the informations.
So you dumb enough not to this in our bar.
I did not find the map energy bar at all self-explaining.
It's
It does
self-explaining.
not say map.
Okay, top left corner, you'll find the area of the mission goals. Here, the quantity of missions that still have to be done are displayed in G-marked plates. Because literally any other game, you know, is going to use the letter G to say how far you are through the missions, and they will eliminate G's to explain what level you are on. You know, 1-1 isn't clear enough, so let's just put G's up on the left side of the screen. Okay.
Right?
If all missions are accomplished, the exit symbol appears. Cool. Right beside there are two energy beams on top of each other, which, as the manual said, it's a self-explaining. Okay. The upper one with the 3 hearts displays the hero's life energy, where the hearts are also standing for an automatic continue. If the top beam once loses its total energy, a continue will be deducted. In Deer, this means no energy and no hearts left equals game over. I don't know what endear means, but endear, this means no energy and no hearts left equals game over. You know what? Maybe the manual didn't need to explain this after all, because it's not helping very much. Okay, right beside their 2 energy oh, we got that. Just before Clif brings his comic life to an end for a short while, he starts blinking. So the incautious or clumsy player knows what he's on about.
So yeah, here's the thing about that.
Yeah.
Since like basically 2 hits kills you, you're not often having low enough health for your character to blink. But if you do get the right configuration, the character will continuously blink when low on health.
Let me just, yeah, that, like, I get what that means, but also, like, for a manual that's almost impossible to understand while reading it, it still is insulting me.
I will also add that your character is wearing sunglasses. Are you supposed to see blink?
Well, I mean, the player sees the character blink, like flashing, like they flash white. Not their eyes blinking, no, the different type of blink. I dig the clarification there, though. The bottom energy beam displays the map's energy. What it is? Okay. What it is?
What it is?
What it is?
What it is.
I'm putting that up, okay? Because that's literally, like, it says mapped energy. I don't know what that means, and immediately it says what it is? With the keys being explained in the section controls, a general view map can be popped up, which gives information about the surrounding environment. This gives the chance of finding out whether there's a platform in an abyss or if there's a secret way hidden somewhere. When facing an end boss, your opponent's energy is displayed on the screen's bottom margin. Okay, but that has nothing to do with what it is. Okay. I don't
No,
think
it
there
doesn't.
must be anything being explained about high score.
Oh, yes. Oh, finally got to that screen.
Polk, what? Now
I was
that
hoping somebody would get there.
is technical.
There's some explaining to do here,
Good luck.
But yeah,
Thanks.
the manual
Thanks.
literally says, I don't think there must be anything being explained about high score. It moves into the first person to basically be like, why are you even wondering? Okay. Controls for hero. Hero left, cursor left. Hero right, cursor right. Hero jumps, cursor up. Hero ducks, cursor down. Hero shoots, control. Weapons.
My favorite
Yeah.
in the things being left is this is just a game, so please don't get crossed if the computer wins. Like, if you know that you need to tell your players, don't get mad at this game. It's just a game. You're gonna die. You know it's
Lethal
Kusogrand8.
to
You know
us.
there's something not right with your game.
There are other options for controls. Main menu be an escape, help screen be an F1, and genial view map be in tab or M. So if you need the genial view, just hit tab.
Yeah. Another thing that's just sort of weird is in the menu, there's an option to like go back to the main menu. You hit, you like escape to the main menu, but you have to both highlight that object and then hit E. All of the other options in the menu you select by hitting enter. But that one you hit E.
That's a little odd, but, you know, based off of modern games, E is very often used to select stuff. Maybe they were just, like, seeing into the future.
Maybe, but you have to do both. You have to select it and hit E. Just hitting E isn't enough.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Yep.
Serious.
Okay, I really want to see level 3 because I'm getting very tired of these crickets.
You know what? Shall I do us a favor in that case?
No, Polk, I'm not listening to your audio. I'm listening to Milky Shakes.
Tuesday.
Well, I mean, yours, like, for some reason, there was a very, very loud when it
Well,
was
like, that might
completely
be better than the
silent.
crickets.
I don't know. Okay. The power-up system. I've read nothing about this so far, but based on the rest of the manual, there's got to be a gem in here. Okay. Beginning of the game, our hero is just armed with a paltry laser. As soon as he finds another weapon, it'll be straight active. By the controls 1 to 4 explained above, yeah, you can switch weapons. You can switch over between the already found weapons at will. On the lowest power-up stage, the weapons have loads of ammunition. If Clif finds a power-up while making his way, the shooting power of his weapon changes, and from this time on, the used ammunition is calculated. I hate it when things suddenly start getting calculated, you know? With the first power-up, you start with 1,000 shots. For the following ones, there are 100 shots of ammunition given. If you run out of ammunition, the weapon will only shoot the ordinary way without any power-up. By collecting another power-up, one more stage and 100 shots are added. If the power-ups are filled up, only 100 shots are added. Some weapons are present more than once in a level. A weapon which has already been found will only then give a power-up. You can also collect the letters Clif, C-L-I-F, to get all weapons, power-ups, and full ammunition for each weapon. Okay, that actually is a pretty decent incentive. In Kusogrand8, you know, we mostly care about people making as much progress as they can over the course of the hour. However, we did see full game overs within the first minute, not just deaths, game overs. So actually having decent weapons to kill enemies might be a good strategy. Collecting Clif could be a decent way to go, even if you don't do it on purpose, you know? Honestly, the levels are confusing enough that I'm not sure if I want to do it on purpose.
So something we haven't talked about much is the publisher of this. We talked about the designer. Because like who would see this and say, yes, we want to invest in making boxes and CDs and putting this in stores. And it is a company called CDV Software, a German publisher. They also published the Lula interactive strip games, but they later went on to publish some like real things. They did Sam and Max Season 1.
Yeah.
And the Broken Sword trilogy.
Yeah.
Oh
Like,
my.
the publisher actually dealt with some real video games here.
And one thing, I kind of went down a rabbit hole looking into this publisher. I found their website in the Wayback Machine from 1997 or 96 when this game first came out. And on it, it looks like a 1990s website, right? They have like a list of shareware games and things you can buy from them. And it was like this game, and then another like Lemmings clone they had, and then shareware versions of Scunny games.
Are you serious? Polk, get out of the fog. Why are you in
And
the
then a piece of software to teach you how to drive, like in Germany, and it had like prepare for the German driving test. And then that had a really fascinating history. I found the specific person that wrote that, and that software continued being developed for at least another 10 years after that. They ported it to Windows, updated it, and it updated it as German laws changed, and apparently it was quite popular. You can get the current Windows version online, but I was not able to find the 1996 version, unfortunately. But it's quite impressive. They had 300 images that they were able to put onto a single floppy disk.
The fly! It's just buzzing. Okay, we've got crickets and flies. We need frogs now. Eat all of these bugs, okay? They're very annoying.
Something else to mention, because when you die and you go back to a level, you see the D in Clif Danger is highlighted. That is actually telling you which world you're on. When you get to World 2, the A gets highlighted, etc.
Oh, okay.
We haven't seen anybody on World 2 because there are 4 levels in World 1, and nobody's going to get too far in this game.
Yeah.
Nope.
I assured them that even if they feel like they're making no progress, all of the players are making no progress.
Whee!
Oh, yeah.
Mola
Sunny
gets the
fish got
spinny
there.
screen. I'm happy. Whee! You know what? More games should do this. I'm going to go ahead and say huge props to this company for being silly and being willing to put in things that other games were not brave enough to do. Is it a good mechanic? I personally like that mechanic. The fog one, not a good mechanic. I'm not a fan.
I mean,
Mola's
it
trying
is
to
technically
bait out this
impressive
fly,
that they
and the
made the
fly's
screen
not.
rotate.
I mean, for 95, was it 1995?
For DOS, it's impressive.
Oh, yeah. For DOS, it might have been 95. I don't even know anymore. I'm too tired. Clif Danger 96. Yeah, that would be fine. Oh my gosh.
So yeah, they definitely made some out there design choices, and that's part of why I think this is good for a Kusogrand8 match.
I do appreciate that per the manual lore, the women are tied up voluntarily. Like, they're
Yes.
completely
Congrats.
fine with this. Yeah. Like, they look like they're in distress, but it's fine. They absolutely do not mind.
I also don't usually like giving out games with guns, but this game said it's okay.
It's true. People consent to being shot in this.
I have concerns. Sure.
Okay, so at the end of the manual, it says, the only thing left is to say that we hope you'll enjoy this game and give a few helpful hints. For staying alive a bit longer, it might be ingenious to slow down the game to the minimum. Though, it might shake a bit. The opponents will walk, drive, fly, and at first, shoot slower. Which is how Wind Rider Shiva is playing. Yes, it is shaking a bit, aka the frame rate is low. Difficult opponents need not be fought at the very moment, but should be attacked from the best position. Some opponents should better be ignored completely. Instead of firing all over the place, you should first search for the boss's weak parts. Objects which are freshening up the energy of life should better be kept until they are needed. So if you need freshening up the energy of life, you need to wait.
Those are all good points. I mean, you can't. There's like a little lemonade thing that refills your health bar, but it doesn't give you back a continue. Doesn't give you back a heart.
Yep.
So if you're full, you don't want to grab it.
And it also says this is just a game, so please don't get crossed if the computer wins.
Yes, you have a 3K moto.
Yeah, so if I actually very much agree with that thought, though. Like, there are a lot of people who get tilted when playing games when the games are absolutely brutal. And there are a few games that will get me tilted, but in general, I don't see dying as a negative necessarily when playing a game that has a death function. It's just how the game works, you know? And if I'm going to die, then that just means that I need to figure something new out. Like, it's just the natural part of a game.
It is an opportunity to learn, my good sir.
Yeah,
Me good fellow.
but then there's Miracle Rocket, which makes me very, very angry every time I die. Very angry. Or, like, Athena is one of those that, like, I cannot play without wanting to swear most of the time. Like, the fact that I have played Athena so much in my life and still didn't swear a whole bunch, it should be shocking.
I'm impressed. Poke, I think I saw you duck for a second. One thing I find funny about this is that, like, you only move down a couple of pixels, but it pushes your butt out.
Yep. Welcome to the ultimate twerking motion.
You can twerk in the game.
Twerking.
Oh, baby.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You think ducking would, like, actually make you duck, right? So those couple of pixels don't make any difference.
Ducking is such a quack here.
Now, I do want people to know, again, Polk in this match does not matter. Polk is definitely doing pretty well here. However, the ones who matter are Milky Shake NZ, Mullah Sunnyfish, and Wind Rider Shiva. And right now, it appears that Mullah has made the most progress, getting down to 2 Gs left in level 2. After that, Milky Shake has gotten down to 3 left. Wind Rider Shiva as well, though it appears Wind Rider Shiva made it there last out of the players. And because of that, she would be considered in 3rd place. Polk technically...
It's a very close match.
Yeah. One thing that we find is that... zombies often do a little bit better than the other players, but that's also because they do not have the stress of the match on them. So, Polk, like, technically, I think that you would be considered in the lead at this point, but it doesn't really matter. because you're here on voice. We can give suggestions occasionally, and you don't have the stress of having to be in the tournament here. All of the other players have been doing fantastic.
Indeed. I'm just actually getting Jeff on purpose. Wait.
Yeah, you volunteered. You chose to be a zombie for this match, okay? This is on you.
And you knew it was me. It's not like you volunteered to be a zombie and then somebody said, "Well, wait, did you?" No, you were told it was a Jeff game.
Yeah. Sure did. Here I am.
Didn't spring it on you.
Yeah. How do you beat this level, Jeff?
I don't know.
Because Polk has 0 goals left. Where's the exit?
I got 2 goals left, seemingly.
No, 2 missions left. I don't know what that means.
The exit, you can't go to the exit until you have all the goals done.
Yeah.
But it says no goals left.
I don't know what you're looking at, bro. There's 2 goals left on Polk's
No,
screen.
2 missions left, and under that, no goal. Oh,
No,
that's mission goals.
It's one thing, mission goals.
Oh my freaking crap. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry, Manuel. I know that I was supposed to just be able to understand by looking at it, but apparently I couldn't. My gosh.
It is admittedly a little confusing. Like, they could have put mission goals on one line and then the number of G's underneath it, but whatever.
I think that would have been maybe for me, okay?
Or they could have just not said mission goals. They could have just said goals.
They could have just not made this game. That's also an option.
That's true.
You know what? No. I'm going to go ahead and stand. Make the game that you want to make, okay? We might make fun of it, okay? Especially if it's this game with the incredibly broken English in the manual. But you make the freaking game and put it out there, okay?
If this were 1996 and I made this, I'd be quite
honestly
proud of myself, technically.
For
I don't know
96
about
on DOS,
humor.
This is okay. This is not the worst. I've seen much, much worse.
Yes.
I've seen much better, but I've seen much worse.
But this was sold commercially, right? And so, like, I've given a lot of games that were sort of hobbyist things that are not great quality, but people theoretically paid a lot of money for this game.
Yeah, I'd say, like, if I paid full price for this game, I would probably be very disappointed.
I think it was like 50 Deutschmarks or something like that.
How much is a Deutschmark?
I don't know.
Well, okay, I'm not paying 50 Deutschmarks. I'm gonna wait until, wait a couple years until it's, 2 Deutschmarks. Why? I swear it just said power up. Why? And I'm like, I don't know why.
Okay, so it's like people are saying it's about €25 or maybe roughly $25, which would have been a lot.
$25. Yeah, it's still not as much as some other games. It's strange that video game prices have basically remained constant since the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Especially for AAA games, which honestly isn't, it's a little bit weird, but not too weird because compared to the 90s, they sell a lot more copies. A lot more copies. Video games aren't a niche hobby. They are a mainstream hobby these days. And because of that, it's a lot easier to sell a heck of a lot. And that's a large reason, and so any company that argues, well, inflation's going up, so we need to put the price up. No, come on, you're making millions putting out your games, If you want to give executives a raise, sure, go ahead and raise the price of your games, but you already have such a huge profit on your AAA games. Come on. You know, and if you're
one
gonna
little thing,
raise the freaking prices, then stop laying off your no, I was gonna say your stupid employee. No, stop laying off your employees, okay? Your freaking employees. The end.
one thing I did want to mention about the controls. Whenever you do your jump, if you hold down the jump button, you'll actually be falling slower. For some reason.
Yeah, the jumping is a little wonky. I found that you actually can jump higher than you would expect. But you don't often get a chance to do that because you bonk your head on things. But
you just hold it. It feels like the Super Mario Bros. 3 when you've got a tail and all that. You just floatly, casually down to the ground. Why?
so we have about 4 minutes left. Everybody,
Wow.
I mean, it could still be anybody's game at this point.
Yeah, and as a solid clarification, the devs should come first. The people making the games and QAing and working on the games should come first. The end. They're not a controversial opinion at all, unless you are talking to executives. In which case, maybe a controversial opinion. But I'm okay being canceled by a CEO. That's fine.
If your game's already appearing on here, there's reasons.
Yeah, with that
Great
said,
game, but
like,
still.
again, I'm going to say there are a lot of things that I have complained about with this game, but with a proper sound card, it might not be as unbearable, or with proper sound emulation, it might not be unbearable. You know, the game has a lot of problems that need fixed, but it's not the worst game out there. I think that I could enjoy playing this game as long as, like, you know, I took my time and learned how to deal with, like, the constant damage that comes with contact damage here. You're honestly quite a bullet sponge as a guy who looks like a baby.
This baby can throw a whole lot of bullets. You'd be surprised. Can fit so much bullets.
And I'd say, yeah, it's kind of a sexist game. But it was 1996. What game wasn't sexist?
Yes?
And it's at least sort of deliberate about it. Like, it's clear that it's being, I don't know if parody is the right word, but
At least lampshading is what I would say.
yeah.
Like, the manual, like, explicitly is like, she's consenting.
It's just like Wonder Woman.
One of the most ridiculous things I've seen in a manual. I laughed so hard. But, like, you know, at least there's that, I do have to say.
so since we're coming up on time shortly, just to let everybody know again, there are 3 metrics. How far, what's the furthest level you got to? And everybody's the same place. Then how many of the G's you have scored, and I think we have a tie at that point. And then whoever got to that number of G's first is how that tie will be broken. So this game is close enough that it seems like that might matter. We have multiple people with 2 G's on the furthest level. And everybody get ready with your Tims.
Yeah, we're close to the end. We are almost done.
Apparently our refs are giving Winder Shiva some additional time for
In that case, I will keep our timer running for the amount of additional time that we have. Let's keep going, everybody. Wind Rider Shiva has 3 minutes and seconds extra time. I hope that Wind Rider Shiva knows that.
Seems like she does, because why else would you continue playing this game?
Yeah, I have to ask who told Wind Rider Shiva.
My pharmacy.
Yep, and she is continuing. Well, I
Got
will
it.
go ahead and mute the game audio, and we will bring up our own audio as Wind Rider Shiva wraps up her gaming here. With that said, the order as it stands until we get to the end of this bonus time, Wind Rider Shiva had some issues that were outside of her control. And because of that, we are giving a little bonus time. The issues specifically were that she tested her controls, but for some reason, upon starting the game, they just didn't work. This does happen occasionally with DOS games. I've seen it before, and, you know, as far as we can tell, she did her best to get things set up properly, and because of that, we are giving this extra time. And it may or may not matter. We have to see. But if she can manage to collect one more babe, that would put Wind Rider Shiva in first. Yeah, there you go.
But one must ask, where are the babes?
I don't know where the babes are, okay? This ain't the beach.
The levels, some of the levels are kind of capacious, and so you need to hunt around for a while.
And I think that is probably going to be the end of the attempt.
Yeah.
We'll see what Wind Rider Shiva says. Is that it? Because honestly, I don't see any coming back from that. Polk, you're upside down again.
Yeah. Help! Help!
So if anybody thinks that this looks interesting to play, certainly encourage you to give it a try. YouTube does not have anybody with gameplay past level 2. So that would be a first. And there are cheat codes available on GameFAQs. So you can try out some different levels and also turn on infinite lives.
I'm just afraid I'm too curious for my own good. I may have to.
Okay, just to clarify, it looks like it is a three-way tie for the players. So who managed to get to the tie first? It was Mullah Sunnyfish, followed by Wind Rider Shiva and Milky Shake. Polk, technically you took the victory, but you don't matter, so whatever. You are a zombie. Good job. I'm going to go ahead and invite Mullah to come and chat with us because that was a fantastic push by Mullah. Join us in voice if you'd like, in general voice, so that general voice if you'd like. And we will go ahead and let the others just have the refs verify the places. Otherwise, I want to talk to Mullah and see what she thinks of the game. Yeah, because honestly, you know, I've got a lot of complaints about the game, but also I've got a lot of compliments in certain ways. With that said, Sunnyfish is here. Sunnyfish, congratulations! Despite probably all doubts that you had, you took the victory today.
Wow, I'm really surprised. That game was hard.
Oh, yeah, it's a little bit rough. So, give me a quick rundown. What are your opinions of this game, Clif Danger?
I mean, I I thought it was kind of fun until I got to those flying cricket enemies.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I was like, no, I have no idea how to kill these things.
Yeah, I don't know either. Like, didn't they make fly noises? Buzz, buzz, buzz.
Oh, they did. Yeah, it was all I could hear when they were near.
I hated that. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're so freaking loud. Not only that, but level 2, it's like, oh, we forgot music, so now just have crickets.
Yeah, the music was like, I was dancing along the music in the first one, and then it went away, and I was really sad.
Honestly, I was getting very tired of the music, and then it went away, and I was like, oh, thank goodness. And then it was crickets, and I'm like, no, you can't do this to me. Where's the music? I need the music back. Okay, I made fun of the weird whistle solo that happens in it. Like, it's bizarre, but it's better than crickets. Oh, yeah. With that said, like, yeah, you say that it's hard, but, like, is it bad hard, good hard, stupid hard? Like, what are your opinions of it?
I think, I think it was good hard. Well, I'm semi-good hard. I think if I found a way to kill those the flying cricket thingies, I might have had more fun with it, but every time I encountered one, I would just instantly die, so I don't know.
Yeah.
That's why I gave the caveat there.
Yeah, that's completely fair. I love that Wind Rider Shiva's replying, I was second. It was a 3-way tie for all of you. Yeah,
I'm not supposed to do that.
You managed to get to your high water mark actually pretty early on in the game. I don't know where the last 2 ladies are.
I don't know either.
Yeah, nobody else was able to find them either. Even Polk, who was our zombie, Polk managed to get to 2 ladies left at the 5-minute and 49-minute mark in the game, and never made any more progress after that. This is one of those really strange games where it was actually first place was decided 13 minutes into the match, second place decided 53 minutes into the match. Like,
oh wow.
I don't understand how level 2 is just so absolutely brutal. I did love the screen spinning effect, though. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it don't happen. That came out of nowhere for me, and I was like, well, this is my life now.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't like the
No
fog.
Dimension Sound Hill showing up.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of the fog. I thought that's a mechanic you can throw out. You do not need the fog. The screen spin, I liked. But honestly, I'd say that this is a game that, with a little extra love, it actually could have been like a pretty decent, maybe even almost a classic game. But it needed that extra polish.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. And considering that, like, oh my gosh, especially level 2 and how bland it is without music, like, oh my gosh.
It's better in level 3. There's good music again in level 3.
Yeah. So if you want to hear good music that's potentially a remix of the first stage's music, Sunnyfish, you could give it a shot. Do you think this is a game that you would ever return to, though?
Maybe out of curiosity.
Oh, interesting.
You can get the cheat code and level passwords online if you want to play around with some of the other levels and see what they're about.
Okay.
I think that would actually be great. Yeah, Jeff, if you can, like, hit us up or give us a link if they're hard to find, I think that would be great, because I don't know if I would be interested in just trying level 2 over and over again and having no success just because of how mazy and complicated it is. But if there are passwords to later stages, I want to hear the music.
There are. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Well, I think this is your first Kusogrand8. Am I right?
Yep, it is.
Well, sweet. Have you done any blind races before like this, or is it a fairly new experience for you?
It was a pretty new experience for me, yeah.
That's sweet. Well, seriously, great job on your first one then. Do you do any streaming over at your own channel?
Yeah, I do occasionally. Mostly Ocarina of Time randomizer runs, but occasionally I'll do some Pokemon stuff.
Sweet. I've never done an Ocarina of Time rando. I've seen quite a few. They're a lot of fun to watch, especially whenever the one item that you need is like impossible to find. I laugh so much. Yeah. Well, sweet. Everybody, of course, Sunnyfish streams. I believe it is at the channel Mola Sunnyfish, twitch.tv/Mola Sunnyfish. Feel free to wave to people in Twitch chat if you'd like. Chat, you're welcome to follow any of the players here. I love to help build the communities here, and honestly, y'all should support each other. Support Sunnyfish, support Milky Shake, Windrider Shiva, and all of our other players today because they have put on some great entertainment. Thank you so much. Yeah, anything you'd like to plug before we take off for the day?
No, can't really think of anything.
Sweet. Well, everybody, we are ending a little bit earlier today, but tomorrow we will be back and we've got a pretty packed schedule. I'll also be putting Wednesday's matches up on YouTube probably in the next 20 minutes. So if you miss those and you'd like to watch them over there, they will be up in just a little bit. Otherwise, thank you so much. Let's find a raid target and let's find a raid message. It could be one of the messages in the manual because those were hilarious. Oh my gosh, Mola, did you read them through the manual?
I did a little bit, yeah.
I laughed so much. It's like the English is so charming and broken and
About what it is, question mark.
what it is?
Yep, I saw that.
Yeah. You know, one of our GMs, Dana, is streaming something called it. Well, it says Unicorn Overlord, but I'm not sure what that is.
It's a strategy game, I believe, on the Switch. Looks very Tactics Ogre-ish.
Oh, yeah, it does. Okay. Well, this is a game that I know nothing about, and thus I would like to at least watch a little bit to figure out what it is. Let's say Unicorn Overlord. What it is? Go! That is our raid message. Feel free to have confused emotes along with that as well, because that would be very great. Everybody, see you tomorrow and have a great rest of your Saturday. Take care, friends. I'll see you later, Jeff. Bye, Sunnyfish.
Bye, thank you.
Bye, Poke.
Bye.